up? Welcome back to Project Freelance. How's it going? My name is Kay Anagonio. This is Season 8. We are kicking it off with a solo episode. I haven't talked to you guys by myself in quite a while, just to update everybody on what's going on, give you guys a couple new websites for freelancing, and just have a chat about what's to come for this podcast. So if you're new to the podcast, please hit the subscribe button, and if you're a veteran listener, do me a favor and leave me a rating and feedback on the podcast if you like what you hear. If you haven't listened to the show before, well, this is like an introductory episode to the new season. Please go back and listen to the past episodes. We've done 7 seasons. I've done this show since 2017. So if you want to check out my previous guests, please go do so after this episode. I'm super excited for Season 8 and all the guests I already have pre-recorded for this season. I'm going to be speaking with entrepreneurs of all kinds, NFT artists, music producers, videographers, photographers, all kinds of different people on this podcast, and I'm super excited to share all of my guest stories with you guys here on Project Freelance. So if you are new to the show and you don't know who I am, my name is Kay Anagonio. I am a freelance videographer, photographer, drone pilot, podcaster. I'm a metal vocalist as well. And I do have another podcast about exploring abandoned places. It's called No Tracers. When I'm not freelancing, I actually do explore abandoned places. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I also have a photography book called No Tracers, An Urban Explorer's Diary. And it's a coffee table book full of photos and stories of my time exploring abandoned places. If you guys want to support me, support my art, there are a few links down in the description to my print shop and my book. And I just made duffel bags and backpacks, all kinds of stuff down there. So if you guys want to support the show, please do so in that way. Also, if you are looking for a videographer, photographer, or creative of any kind, hit me up at justtheletterk.com. That's where you can hire me, see all my work, and just hang out, get in touch, enjoy the website. Also, if you need a website, I build websites as well. That's another skill that I have developed over the years of just creating my own websites and creating websites for other people. So just an update for you guys. This season, I am doing a lot of cool things coming up in the next year. I live in California. I've lived in California since 2014. I am going to be relocating to Nashville. Yes, I know a lot of Californians are going to Nashville. I don't consider myself a Californian because I'm not from here. I'm from Oklahoma. I grew up in the Middle East. My story's kind of crazy. Lived in Australia for a little bit and then came out to California to pursue the dream. I built a really cool client base here in California, but the truth of the matter is it's really freaking expensive to live here. And so my fiance and I are going to be moving to Nashville shortly. Very excited about it. And I'm going to basically be not starting over. I already have a couple job opportunities out in Nashville. So I'm going to be developing a client base there in Nashville. I'm going to be freelancing still. Super excited for it. Super excited to place down some roots there, get a house, do things that we couldn't afford to do here in California. Like the housing market here in California, it's like at least $1 million for a house with like a 15-year loan. That's going to be like $3,000, $4,000 a month on your mortgage. If we spent $1 million in Nashville, we're looking at a 7-8 bedroom house with like 5 bathrooms and movie theater, basketball court, pools, a gym, 4-car garage. Like, it's crazy what $1 million in the South can get you. But our budget's like $300,000 to $500,000, $600,000. So that's around like $1,300 a month to like $2,200 a month on mortgage. So super excited about that, to have some more room for all of the activities and for all these crazy animals we have. If you didn't know, we actually have a zoo. Not actually a zoo, but we have like 30 reptiles in this townhouse that we're living in right now. And we're looking to, get some more space. We also have dogs and cats. And so we need the space in a different state. So we're going to give Nashville a shot. I'm going to be working with my friend Renee Phoenix and her record label she just launched. If you guys missed the episode with Renee, we actually talk about record labels and what it's like to be on them. And so she's had a lot of experience being on record labels, and she decided to make her own record label to focus on the artists she cares about. And so I'm going to be doing content for the bands on that roster, and I'll be, able to travel all over the country more easily to do gigs that are out of town. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, that's like an update on my life. Moving to Nashville, it's a pretty big deal, big move. I haven't done a big move like that since 2014 when I moved from Australia to California, which was the biggest move I've ever made. So I'm super excited to dive into a new adventure and with somebody that I love and care about. So yeah, that's just a general life update. I'll also be able to do a lot more music stuff, have some better videos for YouTube, and I'm super excited about that. I'll also be able to get Chasing Satellites to start touring, which is my band, by the way, one of my bands. I'm in another band called Matriarchs, based out of Los Angeles. That band's not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. I will still fly in for shows. It's going to be great. We're going to be touring next year anyway, so location doesn't really matter. But yeah, super excited about what's to come. Another update for you guys. If you live in the UK, I'm going to be over there in November touring with Jake Monroe's band, Monroe. So if you are in the UK, I'll put a link down in the description to get tickets. I'll be shooting a documentary and some music videos for Monroe while I'm out there. Super excited to meet Jake and his crew. We've been homies for like over a year now, and he's such a good guy, and I can't wait to be a part of his journey and his tour life. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be super fun. So what else can I tell you about? A lot of things. I'm working on my second photography book about abandoned places. I have been frequently going to Nashville, which is awesome. So I'm super excited to keep doing that and eventually be out there. So if you're in Nashville, hit me up. Super stoked. And I would love to hang out with you and meet you and, do my podcast in person with some people. I think that would be super rad. If you do want to support the podcast, like I said, there are a bunch of ways to do so. Another way is down in the description. There's actually a link to a bunch of Amazon products that I recommend. Those are affiliate links. So anytime you click on those links and purchase the product, I get a little bit of commission for providing you with that link. So if you guys are looking for photo, video, audio gear, anything to help with your freelancing career, definitely check out the links down at the bottom of the description. Thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. And I hope it helps you in your business. So if you want to come on Project Freelance, I would love to have you on the show. You can find Project Freelance at Project Freelance on Instagram and Project Freelance on Twitter. They have a character count for usernames, so I couldn't go with Project Freelance, unfortunately. But yeah, if you want to come on the show, please DM me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll get you on the show. I would love to have you. No matter what kind of freelancer or entrepreneur you are, I would love to hear your story and share your tips with my audience. What else is going on? So I guess we could dive into these new freelancing sites that I came across. A friend of mine, Mark Hartnow of Video Truck, actually hit me up and was like, hey, so there's a couple new freelancing sites you should check out. So I'll just tell you guys the ones I'm on currently. First of all, I've been on Upwork since 2014, before it was called Upwork, back when it was Elance. So I highly recommend Upwork. Love it. The 20% fee that they have, they take 20% of your earnings. I think that's a little high, but it is what it is. Sorry, I had to burp. It is what it is, and they're going to take their cut. Most of these sites do take a cut, or they just charge you a higher rate for applying for gigs. The next site I am on is bark.com. I've actually seen a lot of success with bark.com. It is a little pricey. You have to pay probably like $10, $15 per bid when you bid on a job, and a lot of people on there don't follow up, which is really frustrating, but again, that is what it is. It's a cost of doing business. So make sure you follow up with people whenever you apply for gigs. It's super important that you do that. And then I was on Thumbtack for a little while. I found that it was pretty expensive to be on Thumbtack, and the gigs weren't as frequent as they are on Bark and Upwork, but I am actually trying to reactivate my Thumbtack account since I'm going to be moving to Nashville. So, maybe I'll have an update for you guys on Thumbtack. I am in a better place financially with my business, so I can now afford to, spend more on marketing and applying for gigs through those sites. But there are a couple new sites I wanted to bring up to you guys. The first one is called, actually, I feel like I should do these by which one I think is the coolest so far. So the first one I'll say is workingnotworking.com. And I haven't gotten any gigs on this. I just set up my profile on here. You can find it in the description if you guys want to check out my profile and see how I set it up and some of my portfolio. But it's super cool. It seems like a super cool website. I think it's newer, so not a lot of people have been on there yet. And I actually need to verify my email address on that website. But workingnotworking.com is the first one I will recommend to you guys. Seems like a cool platform, and there's also a feed on there. You can browse creatives, different companies, things like that, which is super cool. So yeah, workingnotworking.com, pretty cool. Check it out. The next one, I haven't actually been able to view this site, but I've heard about it. It's called creatively.life. I haven't been able to load the site, so I don't know if their server's down or if they're like in beta mode or something. But that's another one that I was recommended to check out, creatively.life. The next one is freeup.net. I need to actually apply for this one as a freelancer. You get pre-vetted by the site before you actually get to join. But seems like a super cool platform, so I'm actually setting up a profile on that today. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to update you on these sites as I use them more over the next year and let you know what I think of them over the next year and how good or bad they've been to me as a freelancer. So I'll keep you guys up to date. The next one is toptal.com, toptal.com. Their thing is trusted freelance talent ready to join your team. The world's leading brands hire Toptal freelance talent, and so can you. So that is a little bit about Toptal. They've worked with like Airbnb, Duolingo, Bridgestone, USC, Shopify, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's super rad. Toptal.com. I will be sure to create an account with them. The next is golance.com. It's another freelancing website. Quality work, lowest fees, faster payouts. Freelancers, screenshots, reporting, and global payments from a marketplace that truly values remote teams. It's rated 4.76 stars out of 5 stars based on 158 reviews from sitejabber.com. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be signing up to there as a remote worker, as a freelancer. You can sign up with your Google account, which is super rad. And I think those are the top, what was that, five of them. And yeah, so if you guys are interested in checking those out, I'll put links down in the description to those. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode. I just wanted to update you on life and give you some new freelancing sites to check out. Let me know what you think of them on Instagram or wherever you want to check out these sites, either Twitter or Instagram. Let me know what you think of them. And I'll talk to you guys next week with my first guest, which is Connor Frost. Just a note, the audio on it isn't great because my Scarlett Focusrite wasn't connecting to my computer properly, so I had to use my computer mic. So it's not the greatest quality, but that's okay. After that episode, the quality goes up exponentially. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of Project Freelance. Go out, go create something, and remember, stay strong.